Alright, I am back with another Destiny 2 video. There was a giant abilities TWAB yesterday, but I had already recorded my Redfall is terrible video, so I wrote an article about that today instead. We thought that might lead to a somewhat lacking TWAB, and yet this is a 6,500 word TWAB apparently, and it is a Season of the Deep preview. As we can see from the header image, we have floating guardians in sea-themed armor, which is actually kind of awesome. I really like that. Look at the cape. It's like jellyfish things. That's really cool. Yeah, that's great. And Sloane is back. So a lot to dive into here. I do not know how long this is going to take. I don't know. Settle in for a long thing here. Okay. So there is a lot of stuff we're covering here, and I think I'm just going to dive into it here. We know Guardian Games is going on. I cannot get a hatchling scout rifle to save my life out of like at least a dozen so far, but now that I'm not playing Redfall anymore, I'm pretty much just playing Jedi Survivor, and then I will go back to grinding Guardian Games. So rolling in the deep with a Season 21 first look. So this is part of their new philosophy to preview seasons early, as opposed to saying literally nothing about them until like 3 days before or 1 day before, which they have done previously. Have not loved that philosophy. So I enjoy them kind of going back and previewing some things about this, including at least the general theme here. So again, we have, this is the teaser art for it with the armor. This is, as I expected, is teased in the Winterbite lore, the enemy of the Witness, which is the giant sea monster that was roaming around Titan when we were first there. We are going back to Titan. Like, that is clearly what is happening here. That was very strongly hinted at outside of any leaks that may have happened. One interesting thing here. So not only did Sloane survive us, well, she chose to be abandoned. We didn't really abandon her. She's now partially taken. Her arm is taken. That doesn't seem great. Or it gives her more superpowers. I don't know. But it makes sense that there is some sort of taken theme to this, because Season of the Deep is, we first heard the concept of the Deep during the Whisper mission, which was fully taken. Got the taken sniper rifle. There's a whole thing. So that seems like it's going to be a pretty key part of this. I don't know if this is the only preview of it, or we'll see. But Season of the Deep starting, May 23rd? I thought it was after that. Well, that's good. Okay, so that might be the only Season 21 stuff for story, but that is, I will very much take that teaser art, because that is very cool. Alright, there are 3 new aspects. They are not going to keep those a secret. They are going into them right now. So these are the 3 new Strand Aspects. You will visit the Puka Ponds. I think you'll buy them with Strand things. A new pursuit. I think this has to do with the Season 21 Veil Osiris quest. Alright, Hunter Aspect Threaded Spectre. Activate your class ability to leave behind a decoy woven from strand matter that draws the attention of nearby combatants. We're doing decoys! What is that going to look like? That's crazy. After taking significant damage or combatants approach, the decoy detonates, dealing damage and releasing threadlings that seek out and attack nearby foes. Okay, so hunters are getting a threadling thing. So you could, like, theoretically build into threadlings now on Hunter, not just, what do you normally build into? Unraveling? I'm not sure. Grapple. Alright. Pesky Cabal Gunfire have you pinned down. Need a quick distraction so you can revive your teammate. Have you ever thought about what a bunch of threadlings in a trench coat looks like? The new Threaded Spectre aspect for Hunter Threadrunner might just be what you're looking for. When players activate their dodge, they leave behind a decoy woven from strand matter that draws the attention of enemies in the battlefield. They will shoot the Threaded Spectre until it's destroyed or expires, giving the Hunter and their fire team enough time to get to safety. When destroyed, a Threaded Spectre explodes into 2 threadlings and gives players access to threadling generation and a new way to control the battlefield. So the first thing I thought of was like invisibility, because that like disorients enemies and lets you get to safety. But this is actually better than invisibility, kind of, because it's not just like turning fire on your teammates if you go invisible. It is creating an active target for enemies to shoot. So that is pretty cool. I don't know if you will be fooling anyone in PvP with this giant green snowman of yourself, but that's really cool. It's something brand new that we haven't seen at all from Strand yet. So I like that. All right, let's see what these other ones are. Fleshette Storm for Titan. While sliding, activate your charge melee. Boo, I hate these. I hate the sliding charge melee ones. Ugh, alright, whatever. Leap into the air, knocking nearby targets back and dealing damage. While airborne, activate your charge melee again to launch a cluster of damaging, unraveling projectiles. Repeatedly activating melee will chain additional throws. Ugh, I don't like sliding powered melees. And this sounds like that other one that they added with the uppercut and the slam. Berserker Titans are known for their unbridled aggression. While sprinting headfirst into battle is often the best way to deploy Berserker abilities, we want to provide players a tool for more potency that at range it gives Titan easier way to unravel enemies. This is where Flechette Storm comes into play. With Flechette Storm, Berserkers have access to a powerful new slide melee attack that quickly launches them into the air and blasts away nearby enemies. While still airborne, press the melee button again to fire a cluster of tracking projectiles that deal heavy damage and unravel enemies. So this is almost like the Warlock, like a mini Warlock super. Flechette Storm provides the Berserker with a range melee option while keeping the spirit of their fast-paced gameplay. Okay, so it's not like a slam, I don't think. Not in the same way. It just like zooms you up into the air so you can shoot missiles. So I guess that is different than the other one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I just don't love charge melees that are slide. Okay, tangles you throw attach to enemies and detonate into a suspending burst. Threadling final blows create a tangle. Oh, that's pretty good, because considering how many tangles or how many threadlings you generate, especially if they maybe decrease the cooldown of tangles, that's good. Also keep in mind that the suspending burst on tangles right now is going away, as is the giant range and damage upgrade, because those are artifacts. Artifact mods, so yeah, this is going to be good for Warlocks at least to make sure Tangles are still worthwhile. I think Tangles would need some help kind of more generally though, given that those mods are going away. They might be a little overpowered now, but I don't know. Yeah, I hope they kind of improve on those. Since the Warlock Broodweaver is a Strand minion master, it felt natural to explore additional ways that Broodweaver might weave life into the world around them. Enter the Wanderer, a sentient tangle woven from Broodweaver brilliance. When Warlocks equipped with the aspect pick up the tangle, they weave the tangle into the Wanderer. When thrown, the Wanderer travels through the air seeking targets. Okay, so it's seeking. Interesting. So you don't just have to like beam them with it, it will seek them. Once it finds a target, it soars to them, latches on, explodes into a suspending detonation. So it's like Tangle Buddy. It's like Arc Buddy and Void Buddy, but it's Tangle Buddy. I like it. It deals damage and suspends nearby enemies. To round out the gameplay loop, the Wanderer also enables threadling final blows to enable any source to generate a tangle. Gives Broodweavers another way to upgrade their tangles and grants asset to suspend without needing a shackle grenade. That's good. Yeah, and keep in mind like stuff like this. So when Titans can unravel, that means it's anti-barrier. When Warlocks can suspend, that is anti-unstoppable. This decoy thing does nothing except explode into threadlings, but that still seems cool. So, I don't know. Sounds fun. We'll see. Stasis, Strand, Light, subclasses get their glow-ups. That was the whole blog post yesterday. A lot of super buffs, some nerfs, but we won't go down that rabbit hole again. Economy changes. My favorite. I love economy changes. All right, let's talk about in-game economy, shall we? We've got a few things to go over, including changes to our power band, crafting economy changes. Wow, we've done so many of those. Exotic armor focusing, and even more. For the first time, we will not be increasing the power bands in Destiny 2 Season 21. They already said this. So everything is the same. So if you were the pinnacle cap before, you are still the pinnacle cap now. That means you will not have to regrind to start doing... well, okay, that's not true. You will have to regrind a little bit because it'll take away your artifact power. But you won't have to do the gear grind again. So you're not going to you're going to be like, whatever, like 10, 15, 20 power under what you are now. But you are not going to have to grind any gear. So really like that idea. I don't know if they're going to do that all year. I kind of doubt it, but I like that. I think that's a good change because I'm just so sick of the power gear grind. We know larger changes are coming to that later, so this might be sort of an interim thing. I thought those power changes were coming with final shape, but they might be coming sooner. I'm not sure. Okay. Exotic armor focusing and decryption. We know this. This is focusing armor. You can focus specific exotic armor, but there's no stat minimum? Wait, maybe, all right. Oh, maybe there is. Okay. So for 3 Ascendant Charge, you're focusing target ones, and it requires a Cipher, which takes a lot of effort to fill out, but they are going to be doing something here. We have also taken a pass at the exotic armor stat packages, so your exotics should roll consistently higher stats with more frequent individual stat spikes starting in Season 21. You can expect the average stats to be in the mid-60s. Good, that's very good. Is this all exotic drops or just the focus? I assume it's all exotic drops. Lastly, since we are not raising the pinnacle cap, the need for many pinnacle legendary rewards has dropped significantly. To help make playing in our evergreen rituals more worthwhile, we are changing the rewards for the basic complete activities challenges to a focusable, powerful exotic engram. Oh, that's a good idea. This gives players 3 to 9 free, achievable, deterministic weekly exotic engrams ready for focusing. But yes, you'll be losing some pinnacle drops, so reaching the pinnacle cap will be a bit slower for everyone. We're hoping the need for less pinnacle drops continues in future seasons, but we will be looking at feedback and analytics and are ready to adjust as necessary. So you may want to do some some pinnacle activities now because you're going to be losing some next season. If you want to get to the pinnacle for the entire next season, it may be better to do that before the season ends. Other sources of exotic engrams: random world drops, season pass, paid and free tracks. 6 paid, 2 free per season. Oh man, pay to win. Vendor rep tracks, one each reset after the first. You can expect additional focusable exotic engram sources in future seasons. Now let's set our sight on deep sight activation and other crafting changes on the way. They've been hinting at this for a while, but now we actually get to figure out what this is. In Season 21, we'll be adding the ability to electively activate deep sight on weapon instances to obtain pattern progress. This capability will be accessible through a new mod slot in the weapon detail screen for eligible weapons. To perform deep sight activation on a weapon, you will need a new deep sight harmonizer currency. Oh, we're adding currencies back in. Non-raid weapons will cost 1 harmonizer, while raid weapons will require 15 spoils of conquest and the 1 harmonizer. The deep sight harmonizer currency can be obtained from season pass rank rewards, 3 in the free ranks and another 3 in the paid. This will be the sole source of this currency for the initial rollout of the feature. Additionally, only 1 harmonizer can be stored in the inventory at any time. This currency does not stack. Okay, so this is 6 total. So you're not really going from 0 to 5 on one thing. That's probably not even a good idea. This seems like if you just can't find that last pattern, like right now with Neomuna, you can't find that last world drop hand cannon pattern after like 5 hours of grinding gold patrols, this kind of fills that gap. So that's what this seems like to me. Or like if you are, if you're me and you have like have been playing Vow of the Disciple first chest farming for a year and you need just one more of those whatever the fusion rifle's called, I can use it on that with some spoils of conquest. So it's sort of just like finishing out ones that you have already. Alright, so not all weapon instances will be compatible with deep sight. You'll be prevented from activating deep sight for a weapon that already has its pattern unlocked. I mean, good, yes. Weapons that previously had deep sight will be ineligible. You cannot activate deep sight on a weapon instance which had originally been acquired with deep sight, nor can you activate deep sight multiple times on a single weapon instance. So you have to have multiple copies to activate multiple things. Weapon instances purchased from raid vendors will be ineligible. However, weapons purchased from Zur and the gunsmith will support deep sight. So if he's selling those Akilos weapons, or if they start selling old seasonal weapons, like Gunsmith sells the glaive from last season, stuff like that. So that's how you can get crafted weapons from old seasons, I'm guessing. Crafting costs will change in Season 21. Legendary shard costs will be removed from all crafting components. Glimmer and enhancement core costs will remain untouched. Enhancement core costs are so steep. Enhanced weapon costs are based on masterwork costs and thus will require legendary shards, as we are not modifying the weapon masterwork economy in Season 21. Maybe later, though. Any more sources of Ascendant Alloy? No? That'd be great? No? Okay. Quality of life tuning updates. Coming in Season 21, we have a number of quality of life updates we're excited to share with you. First up, let's take a look at Raid Triumphs 07-. Don't know what that is. Okay. Over the last year, Raid and Dungeon teams added triumphs to new raids and dungeons, Duality, Spire, Root, which give a boosted chance to receive the exotic weapon drop for that raid or dungeon once completed. In Season 21, we're adding boosted triumphs for legacy content with randomly dropped exotic weapons. To bring them up to our standards for raids and dungeons, we added them to existing triumphs and are retroactive. So you've already done the requisite triumphs, you immediately start getting a boost. So these are the triumphs: Petra's Run, the new meta, Thunderstruck, Sunburn, Night Owl, Habitual Wisher. I don't know what any of these are except Petra's Run. Are these, flawless? Are they all flawless? Challenges, +1, 5 total. So if you do all the challenges, Oh wait, no, these are all for Last Wish. Okay, I don't know what all these do, but okay, so these are all individual ones, and then I don't know what is this plus 3%? Is that what the numbers are? So if you do all of these, it's what 5, 9, 14, a 14% increase over base, which is what 5% usually. Um, Interesting. Okay, so these are all retroactive. So if you were spending a long, long time on a raid previously and never got the thing, you should automatically have a better chance if you already have these unlocked. So good idea. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's happening. Oh my god! I am tempted to stop this video and tweet this, but Finest Matterweave and Rainmaker depreciation. As part of our ongoing efforts to simplify the economy of Destiny 2, it is time to say goodbye to the Finest Matterweave and Rainmaker consumable items. Starting in Season 21, they will no longer drop from any source in the game. Any instance where players would have received one, they will get one enhancement core instead. Oh my god, it's the most common sense thing in history. I love it. Whenever players would have gotten a Rainmaker, they will instead earn 3,000 Glimmer. Also a good change. Very much like that. Furthermore, all existing instances of items in players' inventories can be consumed directly to grant their associated materials. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my god, people have so many of these stocked up. This is going to negate the need for Glimmer for me for like months. And then I know I try to spend these, but I know people have like hundreds of these, so that's very good. Do you have to do them one at a time? I mean, anyway, it's still good. Vanguard bounty updates. We haven't made wide-ranging updates to Vanguard bounties in a while, so we took a pack to make them friendlier. Existing daily bounties for a specific type of kill now require twice as many kills to complete, but can be done anywhere in the game, with increased progress in Vanguard Ups or Nightfalls. If you only plan on doing these in Vanguard activities, you should see no change. We also added a number of new bounties: killing elites, mini-bosses, champions, kills with elemental abilities, bonuses for killing with a subclass verb. Yeah, can we change these so... What is it like? There's some Crucible and Gambit ones that are like, get kills with scorch damage or volatile that are like way too specific. Complete 2 Vanguard activities. Repeatable bounties. All enemy kill type bounties have significantly increased requirements but can be advanced by killing them in a Vanguard activity with significantly increased progress for killing the correct type of combatants. We've added 1 new repeatable bounty, 1 for getting fire team kills, and a Vanguard activity. Alright. Goodbye Protocol. Archie's returning. Yeah, I wonder where he went. Now that you've found a permanent home in the tower, we are reintroducing Good Boy Protocol stat tracker and moving it to the account career category. Your previous progress will carry over. Yeah, didn't someone do it like a million times or something? I don't even know how you would do that. Maybe with a macro. Important season pass info starting with season 21. As our teams continue to invest in crafting compelling season of experiences, wanted to give you a small increase in the standalone season pass price beginning with Season of the Deep. It is now 1,200 silver instead of 1,000, and it is now 2,200 for season pass plus 10 ranks instead of 2,000. This is why you probably want to just buy the big bundle at the beginning, because otherwise now you're going to be paying $12 a season instead of $10. This will be the new pricing for season passes in Lightfall's year. Looking for those to maximize the reward with each new season. We'll be evaluating new approaches to post-launch content in the year of the final shape. What does that mean? New approaches to post-launch... Okay. Maybe they're not going to sell individual seasons anymore? Guess we'll see. Pricing remains for unchanged for Lightfall Standard and Lightfall Annual Pass editions. So yeah, that's how you get quote-unquote discount. Trials, these rewards are flawless and weapon changes on the way. Season 21 will be here before you know it. Lucky for Trials fans, this means new rewards to earn that are just around the corner. Next season, Guardians will have a chance to earn new exotic cosmetic rewards when opening the Lighthouse Rewards chest. Heroes Wake exotic ghost shell. It's like a little scarab thing. New ship. That's a cool ship. I like that. Exotic ship. Exotic sparrow. New shader. And here's the symbol for next season. That looks like a Shrieker. I remember one Shrieker on Titan. This shader and any shaders released in Trials will be permanently unlocked once acquired. Transmog to your heart's content. This beauty can be applied to any piece of equipment. It will only be available to players who go flawless during Season 21. Future seasons will see the return of older Trials shaders that were previously exclusive to Adept Weapons as reward for completing the first seasonal flawless ticket, and they will now be fully accessible and usable in all your Transmog Hungry gear. Okay, so they're gonna like make these available as the seasons go on. Gotcha. Messenger is returning. This is the Arc Glaive that famously leaked from the summit. Everybody loves Trials Glaives. The Adept version of Unexpected Resurgence will be available June 9th. Adept Messenger, June 16th. Weapons are being removed. Non-adept weapons will be available via Legacy focusing. Inquisitor is going away. Whistler's Whim is going away. Let's talk about labs. Ugh, we have to. Look, man, I don't care about this. If you really want to know about Trials Labs, you can read this. I don't care. All right, I'll keep going with this one. Trials of Osiris intro quest, Dominion, and more. We want to make the Trials introductory quests more of an actual introduction to Trials, and less of a do time-consuming things before you can play Trials. In Season 20, new players are currently asked to get 50 Crucible kills, raise their power level, and reset their Valor rank once. The last step is asking a lot and serves more as a barrier to entry for the mode than we like, in addition to not really preparing a player for the type of experience that Trials offers. New players are not given any real reward for completing the quest outside of Trials access, which can feel bad given the time commitment required to complete it. As such, we have made the following changes to the introductory quest for Trials. Step 1, complete your competitive placement matches, helps get players introduced to 3v3, get 50 kills in competitive, raise your power level. Step 2, pick up a Trials passage, play a game of Trials, win 1 round of Trials, get 1 elimination in Trials. Not asking a lot here. Reward, you get an Astral Horizon shotgun. Alright, that does seem better. Trials passages. As mentioned earlier in the season, we are also updating a couple of our Trials passages offerings to provide a better experience in the new system. We talked about these. Okay, Passage of Wealth used to give you increased rep. This is at odds with a system that wants you to continue playing on a 7-win card for the most efficient progress and best rewards. In Season 21, this will give you plus 75 Trials rep for every win, an additional bonus for your current major rank in Trials up to 150 total. This encourages players to stay on the same card and take advantage of the system, granting more reputation for wins later in the card. I like that. I am someone who, if I do play Trials, I'm usually just end up grinding on a 7-win flawed card because I like doing that more than attempting to go flawless, because I'm never going to go flawless by myself. So that's a good change. Season of Mercy, this will forgive 2 losses now. After going flawless, if you reset your card, it will revert to forgiving a single loss on each card. So your first flawless of the week, it will forgive 2 losses. Cool. Dominion. We will be moving Dominion as the core game mode for Trials. This is not a change we are making lightly, but after 7 seasons of testing in Trials Labs and analyzing the positives and negatives, we believe this shift is in the best interest of Trials as a whole for several reasons. Oh boy. Alright, fine, I'll read it. Offers a choice between playing elimination and playing an objective. Offering an objective for players to focus on outside of kills can allow more types of players to contribute to winning. On average, games are 15% faster than standard elimination games. The prevailing strategy for most elimination games has devolved over the years to focus on passive play, waiting on someone to make a mistake and get picked, or simply waiting for the zone to come up at the end of the round anyway. By spawning the zone earlier, it creates pressure for players to engage and fight earlier in the round and puts extreme passivity at a disadvantage. Objectives promote more varied engagements on the maps, as these zones direct players around the map and establish multiple defined fronts. Most engagements in standard elimination at a single central location, generally centered around when the overtime zone will spawn. Having multiple zones allows for different permutations of rounds based on team and zone spawn locations, which makes gameplay less static and pushes players to experience different engagement arenas on each map. Promotes a healthier sandbox variety in both weapons and subclasses. On weekends where we run Dominion, we see less consolidation around the general strongest elements of the sandbox, and success is spread out among more weapon types and subclass types. We have been hesitant to balance parts of the sandbox around a game mode that only rotated into Trials on occasion, but moving to it as the core mode will allow us to better focus on its sandbox and address the outliers and effectiveness that do exist. Provides us with more balancing levers to change the gameplay experience. If a map plays poorly in standard elimination, there's little we can do to alter it. With Dominion, we have a larger number of levers we can use to modify how a map plays to provide best and most balanced experience possible. For example, Season 21 will be changing the initial player and zone spawn locations on Burnout based on feedback from the first Season 20 Trials Lab. Teams will no longer spawn at Hall inside and East Yard outside. Now both teams spawn between Tumbler and Yard on the east and west sides, and the zones will run down the center of the map at Middle Yard, Center, and Altar. Having multiple zones means we can make changes to maps more quickly to address concerns about flow or balance, allowing us to better manage asymmetrical maps. We understand switching to Dominion may make carrying other players to the Lighthouse a more difficult challenge due to the increased premium placed on solid teamwork, but it is important to note that those experiences must be weighed against the bulk of all player experiences in the playlist when we make decisions on what to implement. All right, I don't know if this is good or bad. I don't mind Dominion. Ask Grenader Jake if this is good or bad. I don't know. Not my field, but you know, I don't know. I like Dominion, so whatever, it's fine. Gilded Flawless wanted to make some changes to Gilding Flawless to better align it with the difficulty of gilding the Glorious title, and to focus more on rewarding players for their dedication and individual team skill in the game mode. These were the old ones, and now the new ones are 500 kills, earn 16 trials ranks, reset once, go flawless and get 50 kills with one of the seasonal exotic weapons equipped. Interesting. You do not need to get 50 kills with the weapon itself. Just equipped when you get 50 kills. That's an interesting idea. Skill of the one. While on a ticket with 0 losses with the light for the lost emblem equipped, win 20 games. Acquire the following medals. Double kill, rapidly eliminate 2 opponents 10 times. Skullbreaker, deal the most total damage 5 times. The beginning, land first elimination of a match 5 times. Strength of the many, while on a ticket with 0 losses with the flawless Imperium emblem equipped, win 20 games. Acquire the following medals. Flight of the Pigeon, win a match your team never trailed 10 times. Paradoxically Perfect, as a team win a round in which each player eliminates a different opponent and no opponent is revived. 10x, oh, you gotta roll, no carries for this one. Time Trials, as a team win a round within 20 seconds, 5x. We believe these changes better reflect the spirit of the game mode and show a core competency that is worthy of the Flawless title. Yeah, that's a lot more in depth than the original one, so interesting. This is the new Flawless Emblem. This emblem will be rewarded to players when they open the Flawless chests in the Lighthouse if they did not trail during any of their wins on their Flawless run, meaning you get a Flight of the Pigeon medal for every win. Highly skilled players may be able to achieve this feat on their first Lighthouse run, but for others it may be a more significantly challenging achievement, and we hope the emblem is something players are proud to show off that they earned. So this is like the super, super amazing Trials emblem. Not as cool as the Ascendant Glorious emblem. Whatever. Speaking of Trials, it was so close. It's Junction, baby. That's very funny. Enjoy. All right, now we have moved on to Prime Gaming Gear and wallpapers regarding games, phone wallpapers. I really do like the headphone Titan. That's very good. I don't. Can you hear these? Oh man, I have bought all these with Bright Dust. I save my Bright Dust for event cosmetics. That's what I use them on. Okay, due to known issues here, the node for normal supremacy matchmaking is missing its description. Some Guardian Games quests are progressing only with bronze medals or medals from the recreational Vanguard Guardian games. Wishender does not penetrate Phalanx or Hydra Shield. Yeah, I thought that was messed up. Okay, good. That wasn't a nerf then. In Lake of Shadows, wiping in the final boss room will respawn champions. Yeah, that is deeply annoying. The Excalibur Triumph, Catalyst Triumph is not completing. Some gilded titles are no longer gilded. Yeah, I lost a bunch of those. Strand Hunter's Aspect and Searing Slam does not trigger some class ability mods. Masterworking an enhancing weapon will make it appear that a player will get plus 20 when in reality players can only get plus 10. Using 3 copies of the same resist mod provides no benefit over using 2 copies of the same mod. Some players report that Radiant no longer stuns barrier champions. Fire sprays no longer generate from grenade kills. A lot of these were from the last patch they did, and they still haven't been fixed, so we'll see. Movie of the week. Art of the week. Good stuff. Another week, another TWAB, but at last our time has ended, at least for this week. We'll have more to share on Season of the Deep leading up to its launch on May 23rd. We'll also be... am I going to be gone that week? Shoot. I gotta check. We'll also be diving into more weapon and armor changes, showing off some new exotics for next season, and asking you to save the date for a new dungeon to throw yourselves into with abandon. Don't forget to toss a follow to our community accounts. Yeah, that's like the Destiny 2 team thing. Drink water, prioritize self-care, and always lead with your kindest foot forward. Until next time, friends. Okay, so that was indeed very long. Giant chunk of it on Trials there. Like a very, very giant chunk. But some stuff we already knew, like they're not increasing the pinnacle cap. These boosts on older raids seem like a good idea. I don't really care about Vanguard bounty updates. This is one of the biggest pieces of news, I'd say. Finest Matterweave and Rainmaker depreciation. Uh, and deep side activation is interesting. I don't know about the only way to do this being in the 3 in the free ranks, 3 in the paid ranks of the season pass. I don't love that. Hopefully they and the currency doesn't stack either. I don't know about that. I do like the change to make exotics rolling consistently higher stats, so no 58s. These new aspects sound interesting, and this looks pretty awesome. I am very excited for whatever the hell's going on with this season, but we know we're going back to Titan very clearly, and we know at least some of the major players, including Sloane and Giant Sea Worm thing, so very fun. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.